Well, as you can tell behind me, Shanna finally wore me down. She's been wanting a fifth wheel for a long time. I've said no, no, no. Yet, fifth wheel.
We got a good deal.
We did. So we did not buy new. We went and looked. I mean, if you've been looking at campers, there's a bunch of awesome ones out there. We looked at the Alliances and some of those, but we just couldn't spend that much money. It's just...
We couldn't justify it.
Yeah. Yeah, we might have been able to, but that would have put off a house, land, anything like that. So what we ended up getting was the 2018 Grand Design Reflection 150 series. It's the 230RL. So the 150 series was Grand Design's supposed half-ton towable, which you could debate whether you should really be towing one with a half-ton, but there are a few half-ton trucks that could tow them, but
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, probably not a great idea. But when we were picking, the criteria I told Shanna was I wanted less than 14,000 pounds, less than 35 feet. This one's gross vehicle weight rating is like 9,400 pounds, I believe, and it's like 29 foot long, so well under what I was looking for. But there was really nothing affordable in that 30 to 35 foot.
Sorry.
But there was nothing really affordable in that 30 to 35 foot range, and we really liked the layout of this. And then one of the highlights was the dinette is one of the only dinettes we've set in a camper that was actually comfortable. The majority of them are not very comfortable. So we'll go ahead and walk around the outside. I'll show you the few things I've started to do to it already, and then we'll get inside and give you the tour of that. So when we were looking, we had a lot of criteria that we ended up not going with. One thing was we wanted 2 doors. As you can see, this just has the one back here.
It's a 1-door.
Works out okay though. You can see the fencing matches up well to it. Sky enjoys it.
There's Sky.
Then all your normal outdoor stuff. I don't need to explain that. If you're watching us, you probably know how a camper works.
Our messy compartment.
Messy right now. It's lived in. But one thing, we are using the Starlink for internet. So since this is heated, I was able to put the Starlink router down here. So then the modem router is mounted under here. I can drop the cable underneath through the pass-through, and then the Starlink satellite dish thing is out in the yard out there. So that works out well.
And it stays really warm underneath there.
Do have the propane on each side, same way. So been pretty efficient on that. It's November, coming into December, so we've had the heat on quite a bit, and we've only went through like 1 tank this month, so pretty good. So the turning point hitch on these. So the normal fifth wheel rotates around this part. On these, you can take some bolts out at the back, move them front, lock this in at the truck, and then it actually rotates here. So this should rotate. When we picked up from the dealership, brought it home, well, here, home's all relative, I guess. It was not wanting to track right behind the truck, and it was making a lot of noise. So it appears that this is all rusted together where this plate should rotate. So that's where our noise was from. So you should be able to grab this and move it, but I can't. And I've put penetrating oil in there, still can't get it to move. So I did go back to the dealer to see how much it would cost to have them redo that. Since it is a used camper, you buy as is. So I just went to find out how much the labor would be just to pull that apart, clean up those surfaces and put new bearings in it. And in their defense, they're like, no, that should have been right from the get-go. Bring it in, we'll take care of it. So downside of that is if you live in your camper, taking your camper to them is a little difficult. So I've got to find a way to take the pin box off, take it into them and get that fixed. But they're going to do that no charge, so that's pretty cool. Then I've been working on installing this strong arm kit. So you basically just build these up to give support so it doesn't rock and move around when you're walking. I've got the front ones on, the back, and I'm working on mounting the ones that go front to back on the side here. So working on that. Uh-oh, we're locked.
Well, that's locked.
So that's locked. Decent sized compartment, so eventually we'd like to do lithium or something, so that'll end up what's in there.
It has one battery in there and a bunch of junk, so hey.
And then it's one slide, so
Only one thing that could go wrong is the slide.
there's plenty more that can go wrong. So we got that. Yep. Then under the dinette on the inside is this cavity. You can only get to from the outside, but so we've made use of that. That's for shoes, so we don't have all the smell stuff.
Yeah,
So-
because for some reason our shoes are always stinky.
Yep. So that's worked out well.
Big windows too.
Yeah, so for all of you that watched our free solo and complained about how little windows there was, we now have lots of windows.
Tons of windows. Windows all around. There's Sky again. There's Jeff again. There's a shoe that got dirty.
And then we'll go inside and I'll let Shanna do the inside tour.
I can barely touch this when I'm on the ground. Welcome to our home sweet home. Okay, Sky, calm down.
As you can see, Sky's hyper today.
She's very hyper today. Okay, calm down. Okay, anyways. This is our bedroom. It's much bigger than
The
old
free
one.
solo.
Yeah.
Still not huge, but you can get around the bed.
You got closet space. You got lights.
If you remember watching Shanna try to put sheets on the old mattress in the free solo.
That was one of the things I hated. I made you do that.
Yep. So,
Now I can do it myself.
so yeah, so you can get around it. You do have the storage underneath.
Yeah, the storage. It's not as deep as some of them are, but I think it's because it has this platform.
Yeah. We do have it packed.
Yes, we always have it packed.
But you still get your stuff on the sides.
You get a small little area there. You get all the cabinet space up here, which I wish they divided that up because all our clothes run in together. I don't like that as well. And then we got the closet that's actually packed, but a good sized closet. For me, this is packed. And then you got the 3 drawers that pulls out. Those are nice to have.
And then we just cycle totes into the underneath storage as needed.
Yeah, and then we go storage unit runs. We have a lot of clothes at the storage unit. I still don't have all my clothes here.
Alright, so
And then you got the slide door so you can shut it, which we don't very often. Only when company comes. And then we got actually a bathroom.
real bathroom.
Yes, a real bathroom.
So I think the shower's 30 by 36.
It's a nice size shower.
So yeah, that for me, that was the biggest knock on the free solo. I liked the free solo, but the wet bath drove me nuts. So having a
Normal bathroom.
a shower you can spin around in, stand normal, and you're not showering with your toilet.
Yeah.
This probably been was the biggest selling factor for me. So kitchen.
Okay. We have the no, this isn't DC. This
Non-DC. This is the dual source
Yeah.
fridge.
Yeah.
Normal camper style fridge.
It's a normal camper style fridge. I would rather have the
DC.
DC. That's the name of it. Because then you can have more space. But it works because I got a big turkey.
You have a big Thanksgiving in here.
Yeah, we had a 15 pound
Yeah.
turkey in the freezer. And it fit plus some of our freezer stuff. So, I mean, it works. I just rather have the other.
Down the road, we will upgrade that.
And then the cabinets are a little tall for me on some of the stuff. I always have to have Jeff help or get our little stool and get it out. That is the downside of the cabinets, but I do like the cabinet space.
Yep.
So, and then we have a big sink. I love that. I do love the sink, but there's stuff in it right now, so we're not opening it. Then we got our drawers, which this one's not open.
That's not a drawer, is it?
I thought this opened somehow, though.
That's just the sink behind it.
I thought it opens, though, a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's decent-sized drawers, which I still gotta buy stuff.
Yeah, we gotta get organizers.
Yeah, and then you have this little tiny space, which is good for chemicals and your trash bags and all that stuff. And then, I mean, you got... It's decent-sized cabinets. I mean, but, like I said, short people problem. And then it goes... The only downside to this is this goes all the way back here. Well, you can't really... I mean, for me, you can't put anything back there.
It's got to be stuff you don't need to get too often.
And then there is a thing up here. I put books up here, but because I can't reach it very well, so I only get out my books when I need. And then you got the microwave, the stove, which the stove's kind of dirty, but
it's lived in.
It's lived in. And then this is the only thing I wish the oven was bigger.
That's not the only thing.
What? And the way you have to turn it on, the pilot light. I don't like that.
This does not have a click igniter.
No. And I have to have... If I'm using it, Jeff has to be around, which Jeff's not always around. So I just don't use it when Jeff's around.
You can leave the pilot light on, but we don't like leaving the pilot light on much.
No, I would not. Either way, I wouldn't leave the pilot light on.
So you're lighting it every time?
Yeah. So, but we've done steaks. We've done cookies. Well, we haven't done cookies, but you could do cookies. We've done fries and stuff, but it is not a very big oven. I mean, you can see where the line goes there. I mean, it doesn't fit a whole lot. So I kind of wished that was bigger.
And we did not do our turkey, even though the fridge held the turkey. The oven did not.
No, we put that in a oven roaster. Is it electric roaster? I don't know.
Yes, that's how we did Thanksgiving. We did the electric roaster outside, and then all the sides inside.
And then you got the drawer for the pans, which you can't fit much.
Yeah, but
it's space.
Compared to Free Solo.
Yes.
So, as I said, one of the selling points on this was this dinette. Most of the dinettes in your campers, if you sit in them, they're just the bench seats that are like straight up. The way this has the curved back, has these curved back pieces, you can actually plop back here, put your feet up, and watch TV.
And your work phone.
Yeah. I've got a meeting. So with this, you can actually sit back and watch TV in a comfortable position. The only downside is if you notice these cushions. So you can see these cushions are coming apart. So I did reach out to a local upholstery shop and gave them dimensions, pictures of all this, and said, hey, how much to get this done real nice? Turned out it was $1,700 for labor and then $30 a yard for material. And they said we'd probably need, was it 30 yards?
I think it was 30 yards.
Something, I don't know. Either way, it was going to be like $3-4 grand to get these rewrapped. So.
And guess what we said? No, thank you.
So that'll be a project we'll be doing ourselves at some point. But yeah, dinette's really nice.
And it does make out to a bed, which is pretty. I mean, it's
basically a twin size bed.
Yeah, it's got a little bit more room than a twin size bed.
Yeah, so that goes down twin size bed. We have used it that way for Thanksgiving break, so that worked out well. And then we have the theater seats. These are the massage, heated, and all that. I've got them unplugged because I don't need any of that stuff.
And what's your deal with these?
So I do not like if you watch Josh, the RV nerd, like he calls it the population control couch. I'm not a fan of these. They're comfortable, but especially for this rig, the TV's up this angle. So if I kick up, I've got to be like this. If someone's at the dinette, so I would rather have a normal sofa here, which
is still not going to help you with the TV portion.
But I could kick up at an angle. Like I could put my feet up like this and not have the armrest, and I'm right at the TV.
You know,
I'm a lounger.
Yes, I understand that, but you know, if we got a couch like that, someone's not gonna let you do that because
Sky.
someone's gonna be in between us.
Yeah, but Sky can curl in. We can all curl in. So eventually, I'd like to get rid of the theater seats and get a normal sofa right there.
But before that, we're replacing other things.
Yeah, there's other stuff. One of the first things will be the TV. This is still the TCL cheap TV, so I am going to upgrade this. I wanted to go, it's a 40-inch TV. I wanted to go to a slightly larger TV, but by the time you swing this out for viewing here, it's so close that a bigger TV would probably be too much.
It would hurt my eyes.
So I've either got to find a different mount to get the TV to swing back further, or we're just going to have to stick with a 40. It's hard to find good 40-inch TVs. It's just, they assume if you're getting a 40-inch TV that you want a crap TV, I guess. But so I'm working on researching that right now. But yeah, so you got the TV, you got plenty of storage underneath.
The storage underneath here became my pantry, so that's what that is.
Yep. So it works out well. Yeah, so eventually we will do some color scheme stuff, paint, replace whatever it is. We need to do the cushions. We'd like to replace this, upgrade the TV. I need to put new speakers in because the speakers in this thing are god awful.
Oh, they're awful. And we gotta get a new bed.
Yeah, new mattress. That's gotta get done. So a lot of upcoming projects to mix in. So going forward, you'll see some of those. But so far, we've been in it about a month, and we've loved it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a month in the fifth wheel, we're loving it. It's a world of difference from our old one. Let's see. Just the space. For the two of us, being under 30 foot is fine. We didn't need a bunkhouse. We didn't need massive. This thing's easy to tow, easy to hook up, unhook, all that stuff.
I think it's easier when you know how to do it. I think it's easier on my end to help you hook up this thing than the trailer was. And partially is that it just, all you have to do is make sure it clicks in. That's basically it.
One of my things with the fifth wheel was being nervous about, like, being one of those guys that you overlook one little thing, you go to pull away, don't do your tug test, whatever, and slams on your bed and bends the truck bed. Which we got the B&W companion hitch, which what I like about that is for those of you that have it, when that lever is closed and pinned in, you can easily look behind at the puck and see that it's latched around the pin box. And then if that's good, you're good. So yeah, that's worked out pretty well. Just got some upgrades to do, and we're pretty happy. So like I said, it's a 2018. We got it pretty darn cheap, so we're happy with the deal we got.
We originally was looking for a new travel trailer, and we went and looked at them, was getting quotes on how much they were going to cost. And then he's like, well, we have this that came in. And Jeff had showed it to me, and I ruled it out before we even went over there. And then I was like, well, after seeing the prices for a new trailer, I'm like, let's go walk through that one. So we went and walked through it, and I'm like, how much potential this has, how much we can do to it, and we don't feel bad as we would a new camper.
Yeah, we were looking at some of the Imagines. So this is the 150 series Reflection, but this versus the Imagine, I think even though it's used, it's a slightly higher trim line. And then if we buy property or get a house that we need to renovate, we can still stay in this and be comfortable while we're working on whatever property we get. So in the meantime, we're hosting a campground, enjoying this, and then here soon we'll move on and figure out if we buy any property or not. But yeah, so other than that, holidays, we covered Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how we did Thanksgiving. We'll do Christmas in here. We have the gazebo outside. And
it has our Christmas tree.
We got the Christmas tree up out there. So
funny.
So doing the campground thing and full timing, you got to get creative with holidays. But we are in Georgia, so it's not that bad outside temperature. Cold here is 40s. So yeah, we just got the Christmas tree out there. And then you can see stockings, all that. We've just decorated the camper up. We'll do that. And then kind of see what the new year brings us.
Yeah.
But what else you got? Anything?
Not really. Other than I like this trailer.
Yeah. So
I'm happy with it.
Yep. So, love to hear your guys' thoughts. As much feedback as we got on the Freesil, it'll be interesting what we get on this one.
I'd like to figure out how I'm painting the kitchen. I'm doing only the kitchen, I think. I think I'm going to leave everything else the dark color. I just don't know what I'm doing yet
without
it
clashing. And
yeah, without the paint. And then
cushions.
we got to figure out paint for kitchen first, and then we'll figure out how to wrap these.
Yep.
So that's our probably first of the year project. That's probably what I'm all try to figure out.
But other than that, I don't think this will be too long of a video, but we appreciate you guys watching. And we'll kind of wrap it up there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I don't think so.
Don't think so. So, hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next video.